Hey everyone, and welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks, the Monday evening edition. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a nice 3-day weekend, and the weather started to improve some during parts of the weekend after I played some golf in a chilly rain on Friday. But boy, what a day we had today. Let's talk about where we've been over the last week. We've seen a little bit of everything, kind of typical of springtime here in eastern Ohio, western PA. Tuesday, 57, then we jumped up to 84 on Wednesday, and then we slid back to a cool weekend, although temperatures did recover to about average on Sunday. But today we did about 10 better than average, and it was truly, what sometimes is referred to as a Chamber of Commerce kind of a day today. Just a spectacular spring day. And that's not the right graphic. Let me skip on past that. What I wanted to show you was we got off to a cold start this morning. We were around 40, but it was a very rapid warm-up. We picked up 36 degrees from our low to our high today. That's a pretty big, what we call diurnal range. All right, the other thing I wanted to point out today, with a nice clear sky for the most part this afternoon, we always like to check out these high-res satellites from our low-orbiting polar satellite. Everything is really greened up, of course, pretty dramatically over the last couple of weeks. Compare today's shot, which featured just some popcorn cumulus clouds for the most part this afternoon, but notice the greens. Compare this to the same shot a couple of weeks ago. This was April the 22nd, I believe. So just about 2 weeks ago. Notice how much browner things were just a couple of weeks ago. So spring has really done its thing as we wrapped up April and headed into the month of May. All right, some cloudiness around this evening. We've got a veil of cirrus clouds and some cloudiness. It's a little bit lower than that, making for kind of a dirty-looking sky this evening. It's not going to be a great sunset, unfortunately, in most spots with these clouds around, but these are just fair weather clouds. We do have a cold front, a weak cold front, off to our north. Now this is touching off some showers, northern Indiana, parts of Michigan, up into Ontario, but I think this is a non-factor for us precipitation-wise. It'll bring us some temperature challenges tomorrow, and I'll talk about that in just a second. In the meantime, most of the action this evening is out west across the front range of the Rockies and heading into the Plain States, where severe thunderstorm and tornado watches are out. The Storm Prediction Center does have an enhanced risk of severe weather this evening in parts of Kansas. Slight risk extends farther south. This is just the start of a multi-day severe weather outbreak that likely will shift a little farther south tomorrow down into the panhandle of Texas and then shift east over towards Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa on Wednesday. Now, I think as we head into the day Thursday, what you're going to see is this risk area expand kind of like this into parts of the Ohio Valley. Now, will we see strong thunderstorms, the threat for severe weather around here? I'm not convinced of that yet. I don't think the frontal timing is all that great for a big severe weather day around here, but could a couple of storms get frisky, especially in the afternoon and evening on Thursday? At this early stage, I would say yes, that's a possibility. But a big outbreak seems pretty unlikely with the front not rolling through until the wee hours of Friday morning, or even during the daylight hours on Friday. All right, so your Tuesday. I mentioned the temperature forecast is tricky. By early afternoon, our front is kind of bisecting our area. Anywhere where the front will have passed, it's going to feel a lot cooler Tuesday afternoon. But if you're south of the front, it's going to feel a lot like it did today. So it's going to be a real tough temperature forecast tomorrow. Maybe there's a passing shower here and there tomorrow, but it's like a 20% chance kind of thing, maybe a somewhat higher chance tomorrow night. So hourly rain chances tomorrow, again, I don't have them getting any higher than 20% midday into the first part of the afternoon. So if you have outdoor plans, keep them. Outside chance you might have to duck inside for a few minutes. Now, here's a look at the latest run of our in-house model for temperatures. I'm going to stop the clock here mid-afternoon on Tuesday. We could have a spread from the mid-50s up towards Mesopotamia and over towards Kinsman, maybe as far south as Cortland as well, to mid-70s down into Calcutta, East Liverpool, Glenmore, maybe even East Palestine as well. So there could be as much of as a 20-degree difference on either side of the front tomorrow. So when you see my forecast in the 7-day, this evening on 21 News at 6 or tonight online, it's going to say 63 on it, but that's for where the airport is. There's going to be a pretty big variance. I think we'll touch 70 in some parts of Mahoning County and certainly get into the 70s in a lot of Columbiana County during the day on Tuesday. Everyone's going to be cooler on Wednesday, a pretty cloudy day Wednesday in the wake of our front and a cool northeast wind. This is a day where we'll struggle to get into the lower 60s. But again, I don't think there's much rain. Maybe there's a stray shower. That's probably about it. By far and away, the wettest day of the week is likely to be Thursday. Again, our front's way out here during the day Thursday, so if we get some showers and some thunder, there's not going to be a real strong trigger just yet for a lot of uplift in the atmosphere. There's going to be some gentle uplift, which means it can rain at about any time. And again, some thunder is going to be a possibility. But the severe weather risk, I think, is going to be higher out here during the day Thursday. By the time our cold front gets to our area late Thursday night or even Friday morning, conditions will not be as favorable for some heavy, gusty storms. I think we'll dry things out by Friday night and a good start to the weekend, albeit cool. Mother's Day is looking pretty cool, though, compared to average. This is the 6 to 10 day period. Where you want to be in this period is the northwest or the southeast. Everywhere in between. It doesn't look very warm by early to mid-May standards. I've got 63 in our Mother's Day forecast for Sunday, with the possibility of a shower or two. I think we're going to hang on to the cooler than average temperatures into early on next week. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that this May will be nothing like last May was. I still think there's a decent chance it ends up by some degree warmer than average, but it will not be anywhere in the league of last May, which was the warmest on record. I don't expect this May to be that way at all. In fact, a fairly consistently coolish pattern may take shape for the middle of the month. That'll do it for your Monday night weather for Weather Geeks. I'll have a full updated forecast tonight on 21 News the 11. Get your forecast anytime. Get on your smartphone and download that Storm Tracker 21 app if you have not done so already. Have a great Monday night.